image. I'm like, hey, welcome to Tough Crowd. Kind of like a smooth nothing. All right. Today I am giving my own State of the Union address. The economy, which is the big thing, is apparently coming back. People say it's all about confidence in the stock market. It's amazing how much power these Wall Street guys have over the fate of the free world. I don't know if this is a good structure for a society that our fate relies on a bunch of coke-snorting dummies who high-five each other and quote lines from the Jerky Boys trying to be funny, all right? Hey, come on. It's like, hey, is that my 401k being turned into Scores funny money? So you can buy the controller from the Lehman hedge fund at table dance? Stupid. And you guys get some good seats at the Yankee games. Keep it up, Marie Antoinette. Keep it up. Healthcare has gone up a point, though. Healthcare has actually gone up a point in the past 5 years, which is good. That means another point of, I don't know what it means, but it means something good. Obviously I'm for healthcare, but that's what I hate about it. Everybody's for healthcare. I hate anything that gets applause that easily. We gotta have healthcare, It's a little nauseating, that kind of sincerity. I know it's a life and death, but seriously. Homeland Security, you want to talk about Homeland Security? Fine. I listen to a lot of belly aching, and I say that because I'm 79. I listen to a lot of belly aching about making us secure at home. Well, guess what? You never were, and you never will be. Shut up. Everyone's like, oh, I don't feel safe. Shut up. Why would you feel safe anyway? Before 9/11. And John Ashcroft is the man that stops our constitutional rights. Let me tell you, this country has songs about killing cops, movies about corruption of the government, protest people break windows on businesses. Every comedy show makes fun of Bush and anything American. The ACLU approves everything John Ashcroft has done so far. So let's save the Nazi Germany comparisons for when we really need them. 3 years from now. Oh my Lord. Oh, well, thank you folks. We've done over 50 shows and wanted to take a look at how our country's doing. You know what I mean? Right now. Almost implying really that somehow the country's fate rests with us. I don't know. But anyway. So I asked my panel, what's the biggest problem facing the country today? Lewis.
Healthcare. I can't afford health insurance. What do I do if I get hurt? I'll have to marry a Canadian to get medical care.
Judy.
I'm not going to tell you what the biggest problem is facing the country today, but it rhymes with porge, W, whoosh.
All right. Jake.
The insurance companies keep taking all the money that I am trying to pay for health care. Thousands of dollars in premiums, plus a big deductible, and then you still have to sue them to get you to pay for your ass cream. True.
Andy.
Our biggest problem is George W. Bush. I think he's the worst president we have ever had, and I happen to be an expert on poke. He's worse than Garfield. And I mean Garfield the cat if he was elected president.
All right. Well, be that as it may, Bush has the highest approval rating since World War II. So is he ready to deal with our problems, Jake?
Well,
domestic problems.
I was in Washington yesterday. George W. Bush has got a T-ball league that he sponsors, and he's got a guy from ESPN out there to do commentary about the T-ball league. Instead of working, why isn't this guy in a room watching a big screen while his advisors are going, what about that? How about that? Look at that.
But you can say about any leader since time began, really. Time immemorium, I like to say. You can't just say, well, the guy should be doing his job. I'm saying Bush is as bad as anybody, but it's like, he doesn't seem worse.
That's a great endorsement. Bush is as bad as anybody.
Actually, that's his slogan for campaign slogan for next year.
He's a photo op president. He's landing on carriers. He's standing on mounds. He's shaking hands. He's doing the right photos. But other than that.
But I'm saying that what is the answer? When Clinton was president, healthcare was basically the same. It's gone actually up a point.
Well, people had a little more money when Clinton was president.
But don't you think that people always talk about Bush? Oh, since Bush came in, does the World Trade Center have no bearing on that?
No, I think it has a lot of bearing on the economy. But the fact of the matter is, he has to take care of domestic problems. There's people without health insurance. Education is crap in this country. All he cares about is his little oil over in his little Saddam Hussein area. There's at least 74 other countries that are run by dictators who treat their people like crap. But he's not going over there because he has no oil.
Why would you not go after the one that can benefit you and benefit society?
Because our society is not being...
Because we're not the Roman Empire.
You're agreeing with him?
I'm just saying, there's a lot of countries out there. It makes for good TV.
There's a lot of countries. If you're going to go after one, when you go after one where you get something out of it?
Yeah, but
Colin, when you see, sir, I'm being serious now as opposed to my act for the last 20 years, which has been even more serious.
I've had 3 children. An old Jew before all right.
I'm an old Jew. When you see him talk,
who the hell are you?
When you see him talk, I honestly believe that he has no idea what he's talking about. More than any president we've ever had, he is completely clueless. He has 4 or 5 phrases that he memorizes. Yeah. And I see actual marionette strings.
Well, that's when he makes a mistake. The problem is that the phone rings and Dick Cheney turns away from the controls for a second.
Clinton was smart. Clinton was smart. We need a smart president.
That's right.
Clinton was smart, but I still don't see. Nobody's giving me factually. It's like this John Ashcroft thing. Nobody can tell me factually what has happened in this country that's so outrageous.
People were held after 9/11. 762 people were held. Why would I know that fact if I hadn't memorized it?
Do you think they shouldn't have been held after 9/11?
No, but the thing is, we don't know why. What? We don't know why they were held.
We don't have to know everything that goes on. Is everybody know every damn thing you do in your life? It's a business.
Well, you don't mind that they were held because they don't look like you, but if it was you or your family or something like that.
Oh, you're right. I'm a racist. That's what it is.
You are a racist. That's why.
It is. It's true.
No, just
that's exactly what it is. What's that? Well, God, it's nonsense for that to say to me.
Well, it's innocent people.
They're not innocent people.
I'll say it.
No,
I have other kind about that.
They didn't just randomly round up all the Arabs in the country.
They rounded up a lot of innocent people.
They did not. 700 people out of probably 7 million. And of course, if any innocent Arabs, it's a tragedy. But it's not like they were just grabbing people off the streets.
A lot of people, they were just grabbing off the streets.
Do you like that John Ashcroft is busting Tommy Chong for selling bongs on the internet? Is that what we should be doing post 9/11?
Yeah.
Is that what the Attorney General needs to be doing?
I agree with Andrew.
He's a Christian fundamentalist.
Tommy Chong?
You have to say it like
Tommy Chong! Yeah. I think I confused.
I don't like the way you say Christian, too.
Christian! He's a Christian! I don't even care. I don't care about the fundamentalist part.
I know.
Christian thing that eats at my craw.
Don't you think that people are voting, not they're voting for Bush, because nobody could possibly like him or his cabinet particularly, but that they're voting against a system that's just as phony in its own way, which is
I think that the Republicans have I think if they each were only allowed to spend the same amount of money, then we maybe would get to some facts. But people don't read in this country.
No, everybody says that, but that's not the problem.
They
people
have way more money.
In what country do they read all day? They're sitting there watching they're sitting there watching the same stupid movies. We send them like 5-year-old Stallone movies. They're like, I go watch that. It's not like there's this intellectual world in this country. I hate with it.
I'll tell you what the problem is.
I'll tell you what the problem is.
About why people vote.
That's the problem.
I'll tell you. According to Nielsen ratings, 5.9 million people a night watch Leno. 4.1 million people watch Letterman. I conclude from that data that 6 out of every 10 people are idiots. Right? And so as long as 6 out of every 10 people are idiots, then there's a chance that Bush can win again.
Let me get this straight.
And don't watch Leno is my main message.
You just took a stab at the most popular talk show host. That's what you just did.
Yeah. Isn't that good?
Smart career move.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to go to commercial. Stay tuned after this. Next on the Tonight Show, Ralph Nader is a guest on Jay Leno. So, we're back after this commercial. Now we're going to just go over we do a little wrap around of the local topics. So, Sex and the City's final episode premiered last night. And I think a lot of people love that show. Personally, I think it's overrated. I'd rather see a show about, ugly girls. There's no drama with 4 cute girls going on. How about 4 girls where one's almost decent and the other 3 just, like these standing there like bikers in black dresses.
That's a reality show that you're thinking of.
Yes,
that's my problem with Sex and the City, because I've watched it with women before. I don't know why women relate to this show, because my advice to guys out there is if you meet any woman who wants to get laid as much as these girls, but marry her. Because they have to get gay guys to write this show, because there's no women who like penis as much as these girls do.
It's so unrealistic. I mean, you can't have. I have never seen a single woman with an apartment in New York, designer clothes, the shoes, and the bags, and socialize with their 4 friends without doing tricks on the weekend.
You got a point.
Well, this woman, Kim Cattrall, she wrote a book about sex. Because you play someone sexy on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Would that be like Alan Alda writing a book called Triage for Dummies? That's right from my ass!
Newsday reported that the AMA voted to seek stronger health warnings on tobacco products. Oh, hold on to your chairs. But look, let's say they'd have like pictures of lungs on the cover and like, I don't know, like, Larry King's like yellow fingertips. I don't Dennis Leary's like heart surgeon laughing at him. I don't know. All kinds of stuff. What do you guys think? There should be like a serious, warning, like graphic warnings on cigarettes, or just who doesn't know by now not to smoke?
How about sarcastic warning? I think it should be like sarcastic, like, oh, that's really good for you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, your lungs will be fine when they're black. And then they should go with facetious warnings, but I don't know what that word means.
I don't get what the purpose of the warning is. If you want to smoke, you don't care what the warning says. This was like a few years ago. They wanted to put bigger warnings on liquor bottles. You could put the biggest. You could have a devil dragging a dead guy to a pit, and people would go, "Yeah, give me 2 packs of dead guy." Cigarettes. They don't care.
You don't know if someone went to a store and there was like a dead person with dead lungs. If there was something really disgusting on the pack, you don't think one person maybe would think twice and say,
I could sell a million packs of zombie cigarettes.
Mark Foley, a 48-year-old rep from Florida, is running for the Senate in 2004. And he refused to answer if he's homosexual, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, the question is, does anyone care? I mean, does it matter to you guys if the guy's sexuality?
Well, there are no straight guys saying that their sexuality is not important.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you're saying he's gay?
Absolutely.
And he better admit it?
No, why not?
Or you and the fellas going to
well,
come over
because he's a Republican. He's a Republican, and all these right-wing Republican, Christian right-wing.
Right.
No, it's true. They say that they like that he's not saying anything because it's not an issue. But they said if they knew that he was a homosexual, they would not vote for him. So I want him not to say anything, do all the great work for the Christian right-wing jerks, and then find out he's gay, and then they'll just get rid of him because they're so hypocritical.
Well, I don't understand why he would put up with that. But, I think that I can't believe that we're concerned about whether or not a guy is gay. I mean, is that how great we have the world so figured out that now we're down to the only thing we have to do now is get in people's bedrooms and regulate how they're having sex.
Right. The Republicans want less government, but they want the government inside the bedroom.
Yeah, Republicans want less sex.
Right.
Well, that's the hypocrisy in general. It's like whether Bush ever did cocaine or whatever he did or not. But the point is, he doesn't. Colin just left emotionally. But the thing is, but he has these laws in Texas that are so anti-cocaine and all that kind of thing.
Right.
It's a matter
anti-cocaine laws.
I think all drugs should be legal. All drugs should be legal.
How can you control drugs in the country if you can't control them in your own family?
What, my family?
No, Bush is still not Bush.
I do an 8-ball every once in a while, and I'm the bad guy. But look,
well, you're a good customer.
it's hypocrisy. It's exactly what Judy said, and I'd like to make it more Jewish.
But it wouldn't be wise to change the channel, no matter how mean you are. You can't leave me alone with these people. We'll be right back.